Hi. Well, it's nice to meet you too. Is this your first time in the clinic? Okay. Okay. So just to get you up to date on what we're doing today and why we're doing it, you're here as part of an experimental development for a Cylon Detector. And we want to confirm that you know that this process and your participation in it is entirely voluntary. Great. I'll go over a couple things with you just to get you sort of up to speed on where we're at, where we're going. The Cylon Detector that our fleet first scientist, Dr. Gaius Baltar, is currently working on is certain to be foolproof. However, at this time, it takes about 11 hours to process a single test. Yes, so you can imagine this is not ideal, and even if we were to deprive the good doctor of breaks for sleeping and eating, for example, with the current population of the fleet, it would still take about 60 years to test every individual. Yes, it's not optimal. So, first of all, I just want to have you sign and look over just all of the information about what your participation will be. Okay, so I'm just going to hand that to you to look at. And I'll go over a couple of things on that. First of all, our goals right now are to develop a secondary Cylon detector, an incremental step, while we perfect the main test. This Cylon detector will hopefully be something that can run off of intuition, person-to-person evaluation, and so that we can maybe establish a control group about what normal organic life looks like, feels like, how we react to things both psychologically and physically. This may seem rudimentary, however, you'll note that our entire civilization of science and records have been destroyed, and so it falls on us to gather data from the beginning and establish a control group, which you'll be part of. And obviously the longer term goals you'll see outlined there are to eradicate the threat of cybernetic life forms that may be posing as organic life forms within the fleet. Or in other words, we're going to get those fracking toasters. Yeah, excuse my language. So today, you'll see on your form that we're going to start with just a couple low-tech tests to establish some norms. On Galactica, we choose to avoid using technology when possible, since we aren't entirely sure what Cylons may or may not be able to hack into. Yes. So most of this will seem very low-tech to you. I'd like you to try to be as relaxed as possible. We are not holding you under suspicion, certainly, and your helpfulness will be noted. So we're going to go ahead and get started then. The first thing I'm going to do is, if I can get that back from you. Yeah, actually, if I could get a signature right on the bottom. I have a pen here. And yeah, you're just basically waiving your rights and acknowledging that we will use your information to develop our tests. Great. Yeah, you can just sign it right. Perfect. Okay. So, put that on file. Now the first thing I'm going to do is a basic test to look at your hair and your scalp, if that's okay. So I'm just going to come around, and if you want, you can close your eyes and just be comfortable, and I'll be very gentle. We're just looking at your scalp and at your hair to develop just some baselines for the human body, which may seem, again, rather silly. Great. Okay, so I'm going to come around the side, and you just relax. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm just looking right now at the top of your scalp and around your hair. And I'm going to check this side as well. Right now, we're looking for things like density, and we're just looking for the certain textures and shapes of your scalp. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to brush back a little bit of your hair. And again, just looking at the follicles here. And now on the top of your head. Okay. So everything looks really good. I'm gonna make just a couple notes, okay? And just so you know, we will be using numbers instead of names for these, okay? I'll send you home back to your ship, and you'll just have a serial number so that nobody can identify you by this test, by your name. Okay. Next, I'm going to do a couple optical tests. These are not to test your vision. They are to just test your reactions, the way that your eyes water, the way that your eyelids move and flutter. And so I want you to just be as relaxed as possible, okay? And I'm going to set up a tripod. This will be your focal point. Okay, so we're going to just set it right there. And you can see right at the middle here. Okay. For now, I'm going to have you look right there, okay? And I'm going to come around your side again. And as you keep your eyes focused, I'm going to ask you to now to look up. Yeah, keep your eyes in the general direction of the tripod, but now look up from it. here at the picture. Okay? And this may be an emotional picture, and that's okay. So, you don't need to phase out any emotion that you may have seeing it. Okay, as you look at the picture, I want you to unfocus. So you can really kind of cross your eyes and just lose focus for a moment. Good. And now, if you can focus back on the tripod. Good. Now I'm going to have you close your eyes, and I'm going to count to 10. And please just keep your eyes closed. Please relax the muscles in your face, especially those around your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now slowly open. Great. Now the last thing I want you to do is, once again, I'll have you look at the picture, and this time, if you choose to focus on the topic and the emotion of the picture and the context of the picture, that's fine. And if you choose not to, that is okay. Do what comes naturally. And I want you to close your eyes, and when I say go, I want you to just keep your eyes open as long as you can without blinking. Kind of like a staring contest. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, so close your eyes. Okay, relax your face. Okay. Now, keep them closed. I'm just going to observe from the side. And now, I'll have you open them now. And you can just keep looking. And like I said, just keep them open as long as you really can without blinking. Okay? You're doing great. And I'm just watching from the side. It may seem a little bit strange. You're doing great. Okay. I can see they're watering a little. Okay. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So, you did just great. And I'm just going to enter that. Did you ever do that? Have a staring contest when you were a kid? You did. I still do. I think that, even now, we all really need, we need a little bit of, innocence, don't we? Yeah. Okay. So this next part, I'm just going to be taking a couple quick genetic samples, just DNA samples, and it'll be easy and painless, okay? So, I have a little DNA kit. And it's, like I said, it's nothing to be worried about. We're just going to we're going to get a cheek swab. And we're also going to get a little sample of your hair, but I promise it won't hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and take the hair sample first, and I promise not to pull from the scalp, so you shouldn't feel anything. Okay, so I'm just going to come around and find a good, strong piece of hair to take with me, okay? Okay, so okay, I'm going to take one from the back of your head, so you won't even notice it's gone. Ready? Okay. Got it. All done. Thank you. Okay. And you can see it if you want. Your hair. And it's very healthy. And we're going to go ahead and seal that. Okay. Now the next part is even easier. It's just a little cheek swab. Yeah. It's amazing how much you can tell from just a little cheek swab. So, this is sterile, and I'm going to go ahead and just have you open up. Yeah, say ah, and I'm just going to dab right inside your cheek. Just inside your cheek. Okay, so if I can have you open up. I know it's a little strange. Okay. Got it. Thank you. You've been perfect. So, the DNA part of the test will take just a little while to analyze, but I will be able to get those results back to you fairly quickly, hopefully within a day or so. So, we'll package these off, send them to the lab. These won't be going through Dr. Baltar's Cylon Detector. These will just be going through typical lab tests. Dr. Baltar's tests, study the interaction of certain ions with DNA. And these will just be given very standard tests. And again, we just have a barcode system so that your name won't be known to anyone but to you and to me. Okay, great. So we can go ahead and put all of that aside for now. Now there's one more thing. I just need to take your pulse. Yeah. So if you just want to give me your hand, and I'm just going to try to get a good feeling on it, okay? And let's just be really quiet for 1 second. Okay. Good. So far, everything is looking great for you. I'd say that you are healthy as a horse. However, I don't believe there are any horses left in the fleet. So, yes. Alright. Great. Okay. Now, we have to do, there's just 2 more parts. They're very easy. The next part is going to involve me whispering some words into your ears, and you will then repeat those words or phrases back to me quietly. Yeah, we're studying patterns of mimicry to try to decipher what normal human speech sounds like and what it sounds like when somebody is repeating something, the way that a Cylon might speak after having been embedded with certain terms. Yeah, so anyway, there's no right or wrong way to repeat these words, but I'm just going to go ahead and I will say them a couple times each. Please repeat them each time I say them, okay? And I'm going to get a little bit closer to your ear again. Okay, so the first word, cobalt. Cobalt. Good. 12 colonies. 12 colonies. President Roslin. President Roslin. 13th tribe. 13th tribe. Okay? Great. You did a good job. Okay. The last part is just a small evaluation. I'll be asking you some questions, and I want you to respond with as much or as little information as you might normally feel inclined to answer. So, please, again, know there is no right or wrong answer. Okay. So, and I'm just going to make a record of these, but my computer console here is completely offline, so they should be absolutely secure. Okay? Great. Okay. The first question, what is your planet and or colony of origin? Caprica. Same as me. Okay. And how long were you a citizen of Caprica? Okay. So you are native born. Okay. Native Caprican. Okay. Let's see. Would you say that you are a believer in the 13th tribe, the homeworld of Cobalt, and multiple gods? Okay? So you would describe yourself, just to be clear, as polytheistic? Yes? Okay. And would you say those are the same beliefs and spiritual values of your parents? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you were raised with stories of cobalt. Okay. What what can you tell me about your occupation back home? Oh, yeah. Okay. And that was in the capital? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so you were there for about 10 years. Okay. Perfect. Do you have, and some of these questions may be a little bit raw, just because we've all been through a lot. But do you have surviving family in the fleet now? Okay. Well, I'm very glad to hear that. It's really wonderful, isn't it? Yeah. And can I ask how old she is? Mhm. Okay. And are you cohabitating with others? Yeah. It is real estate. It's an issue now, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And what is your opinion of cybernetic life forms? Uh-huh. No, it's okay. I think a lot of people feel that way right now. Yeah. Okay. And let's see. Can I ask if you've ever seen Cylon technology? Mm-hmm. In museums, you've seen the Centurion chassis. From what I understand, yes, they've come a long way. It's a lot to fathom. Oh, that is true. We actually do have some relics around Galactica. We were actually, you must know this, but we were set to be decommissioned here on Galactica, and it was to become, exactly, yeah, we were to become a museum. Yeah. So, and you certainly will still see relics around the ship, and you'll notice that a lot of the quarters have been converted to exhibits. So it's strange how it all works out. Okay. And do you have family or loved ones surviving or lost who served in the Cylon Wars or in the colonial fleet? Mm-hmm. Your grandfather? Oh, a pilot. It actually, we have, I know that Commander Adama is considering bringing in new trainees, especially for the Raptor program right now. That program, being taught by Gareth Race. Yes. Yeah. She's quite the pilot. It's amazing. Okay. Oh, okay. I can make a note of that. If you're interested, recruiting is going to become more and more paramount to our plans here on the Battlestar. Yes. And finally, we've completed now your evaluation. But if you have just a moment, we are trying to collect some data just to get some feedback on how we're doing and how people are feeling. We would like to be transparent and open. Would you like to make a couple comments on those, which will also they will be completely anonymous? Great. Just 2 questions. Let me switch to a different form here. And you've just been wonderful, and everything you've done today will help the preservation of the fleet and the survival of our species. So I'm not overstating that. It's just essential and very, very admirable. So thank you. And for giving up your hair for us. Yeah. Okay. So 2 questions. The first one is just your opinion of command, especially Commander Adama. Yes, just any thoughts you might have on your confidence in him as a leader, any decisions he's made or not made. Okay. That is a very good point. Okay, yeah. Can I ask if that differs at all from your opinion of him before the invasion and the Exodus? Not much. Okay. Yeah. He's he's kind of in an institution, an old dog. But we are proud of the job he's doing too. So, oh, okay, yeah. Tyke is, he's kind of a maverick, isn't he? I think he and Commander Adama go back a long, long way. So, he's a scruffy old guy, that's for sure. Yeah, I stay out of his path. That's the general opinion, yeah. And the last question I have is really the same thing, but about President Roslin. Okay. And is that something that you've been thinking more lately? Yeah. No, we are. I think everyone has, great ideas and passionate ideas about what needs to be done. So, that's why we're trying to find ways like this to, to collect and get a consensus, or as close to it as we can. So you're quite interested in the election? Yeah. And the democratic process certainly will be upheld. So, any ideas who you might support politically? Okay. No. Dr. Baltar is an impressive man. I think he knows he's an impressive man. I think he'll be the first to tell you he is, but at the same time, he's definitely earned that ego, so, he may be the one who saves us all. Who knows? No, I think putting brains at the front of the fleet, not a bad idea. If you think about it, right now, I kind of think of it as, our president has a lot of heart, our commander has a lot of courage and brawn, and Dr. Baltars is definitely the voice of reason and science. So, yeah. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. You've done fantastic, and like I said, I'll get those results back to you as soon as possible. But on this end, everything looks great, and we will absolutely note that you have been extremely helpful. Like I said, all of what you've said today is private, but we will make a note that you did participate in a helpful way to our cause. So, yeah. Well, the best of luck to you, and I will be in touch with you very, very shortly with your results. Okay? All right. You have a really good day. Okay?